Hi guys, welcome to Movement Monday for another week. Today we want to go through or start working through some movements that are going to help with posture, with your strength, and make sure that you're balancing out a particular important area of the body, and that is your shoulders. Okay, so again, we talk about it quite a bit, but you spend quite a lot of your time sitting down. Now, whether you think you do or whether you think you don't, you know, it's not important. Generally speaking, if you spend more than I think it's 8 hours of your day sitting down, then you are classified as sedentary. So if you spend any time near that, even if it's just a few hours, you know, driving about or whatever, it's enough to cause problems for the hips and the lower back and everything else from there. Now, the upper back obviously also gets affected by that, because when you sit down, generally what happens is your chest goes forward, you sit down, you hunch, and if you're on a keyboard or sitting down watching anything, then obviously that starts to happen. So the upper back becomes fairly weak. Obviously, if you then start training or doing any sort of exercises, normally you'll be doing things like push-ups, you'll be doing things like pressing and things like that. There's not a lot of, you know, especially if you're doing fitness DVDs or anything like that, there's not a lot of call for pull-ups and inverted rows or using any sort of major weighted movement that's going to work the upper back or work the back in general. Okay, so how do we correct that? Well, we need to start putting in exercises either in the warm-ups as active rest or actual direct back exercises to throw into our workouts to make sure we balance out the shoulders and actually just balance out the body in general, really. So today I want to show you the face pull. It's probably one of my favourite sort of back exercises, which is why I like to throw it in there straight away. It's a great one to throw into your warm-ups. Really gets the upper back sort of firing and opens out the sort of the shoulders and the chest from there, and it's not too taxing in terms of load. It's just a nice one to start off with and to get going from there. That also makes it very good for active rest. Obviously the opportunity to throw something in between exercise, you know, again, it's not too taxing, so it just allows you, if you're doing a pressing session or a squatting session, you know, throwing in some pulls with the face pull is quite nice in between to get some added work in there. Okay, so the face pull, very simple. I'll demonstrate it now with the rings. Okay, but it can be done with any sort of implement that allows you to sort of pull towards your face, really. That's why they call it the face pull. Okay, so with rings, fairly simple. Okay, what we're looking to do is you're looking to lean back to give yourself as much of an angle as feels comfortable. Obviously, the further in you go, the more angle you cause, the harder it's going to be. So I'd always start out pretty much vertical with the rings, leaning back into it. You then allow yourself to roll back, and then you pull the rings, okay, towards your face. Squeeze at the top, and then control back down again. Okay, there should be constant tension in your upper back. You should be squeezing the muscle and then feeling it stretch out of the bottom position. And you know you're working it in the full range of motion, and you'll get the most stimulation on that muscle. Okay, so lean it back, stretch the muscle at the bottom, pull in, squeeze at the top, control back down, stretch at the bottom, squeeze at the top. Okay, so it's that literal meaning where you're saying face pull, you're pulling the sort of implement towards the face, getting almost a double bicep pose, okay, but then pulling it in there so that you're getting towards the head, and that then allows the shoulder girdle to squeeze into that upper back and hit the upper back, the traps, and those muscles around there. Okay, so as you can see, nice and easy. Now you can use other implements for it. Okay, you can use dumbbells, you can use bands, you can use cables. So in a gym or anything, other environment settings, obviously you can use those, but you know, as I say, the rings or the TRX or something like that, they sort of, I think, really suit that movement. It just feels really nice when you're using that particular implement for it. Okay guys, so that is the face pull. As I say, if you want me to demonstrate it in any other way, or if you're not unsure, if you don't have that bit of equipment with you, or there's no equipment at the gym that you can do it with, let me know and I can do a demonstration with other implements. But that it should get you cracking from there in terms of, as I say, just as a warm-up, throw it in there as a warm-up movement, or as active rest just to start with, just to practice it in between sets of other movements, and I promise you, you'll feel the benefits straight away. Okay guys, just be awesome. I'll see you guys through the week. Catch you later.